Good evening, race fans, and welcome back to CXRL. We're back at it at another weekend of fun, great racing. We have just started the BRZ championship. This is the new month, so there's a new championship. 4 races, 4 Saturdays, 4 different tracks, a bunch of new drivers, our biggest championship signups we've ever seen yet. And the first race will be held at the Le Mans Bugatti circuit for 17 laps. This track is a very tricky circuit. It has a lot of overtaking opportunities, but at the same time it's very difficult to overtake. It's more of battling back and forth unless you can get a solid pass out of maybe turn 6 or turn 11, because there isn't really any areas to get better runs out of corners. There's a lot of short straightaways, sweeping corners, and a lot of slow corners. There's, the main start finish straight, but it isn't actually that long because it starts to curve to the right. Turn 1 is one of the most scariest corners once you get up to speed on this track. So this is going to be an interesting race weekend. To give our intro to our grid tonight, we don't have the grid positions listed because we don't know them, ahead of time at least, because the grid positions are always randomized for the first race. In the future or next championship, this will be changed to help balance things out, but right now, to give everybody fair opportunity, the grid is randomized for the first race. But the finishing results of this race will be reversed for the grid of the next race. So if whoever comes first this race will be starting at the back of the grid next race. 8 out of 14 drivers have shown up for the race, so let's get on with our grid introduction. We have a lot of cool liveries and a lot of BRZs sitting out there getting ready to drive. In first position, we have Ghost with car number 33, a new driver who has showed a lot of potential during practice. Ozavian grid position number 2, car 19, also showing a lot of potential in practice sessions. Not a familiar face yet. LV Booted, a new face on grid position 3. The car of number 21, Big Fresh Bagel, a familiar face from the NASCAR series, starting in 4th position. GameStopper, car number 73, another familiar face, the champion of the previous championship. You won the NASCAR series. King Cody is back. King Cody rocking car number 23 in grid position number 6. Cable is back, racing car number 3, starting in grid position number 7. Last but not least, we have Coinsey starting on grid position number 8 with rocking car 54. So let's get this race on the road. Here we go. We are green at Le Mans. Ghost getting a really good launch off the start. Well, the rest of the grid is really packed together. A little bit of contact, it looks, from... I can't tell which driver that is. It's really hard to tell from the screen. Holy crap, it's hard to follow all this. It's been a while. Into turns 2 they go. A little bit of contact between the cars. Otherwise, they're smooth through. It's Bagel top right. I mistaken my camera angles. So Ghost getting up. Wow, LV sending a massive lunge in between Ozavi and GameStopper. Somehow did not take anyone out. Locked up midway through the corner. Ozavi's going to get past GameStopper. Bagel's looking to get held up by some traffic with, I think, Cable behind him. Right now, everybody's kind of slotting into their positions. Coin pulling ahead from LV, but Bagel still right on the tail. Looks to be going on to the inside into the hairpin. Doesn't make the move stick. Oh, but still does, because LV goes a little bit wide onto the entrance for whatever reason, and Bagel slots right in. Ghost is sending it. He has such a lead right now and doesn't have to worry about traffic. GameStopper getting a visit from Coin in the rearview mirror. This is a flashback to the Fairlady Championship, and Bagel is sending it on GameStopper, getting past Coin. Into the final few turns they go. Oh, Ghost is just pulling away slowly. King Cody and Cable getting by LV, it looks, while LV sends it on the inside, holding the position from King Cody. Bagel sends one up on the inside on GameStopper. They're side by side to the final corner. Really close racing. Coin still stuck behind GameStopper in the rearview mirror, just looking anywhere that she can pass. We go on board with GameStopper into turn 1 and putting it onto the bumpers. Into turn 2, Coin sending it up, slots in right in front of GameStopper, or just hard on the brakes, just enough to get by. And here we go, we're on board with Bagel. So I need to rename this freaking scene in OBS. There we go. Coin following behind. The current positions are first, Ghost, second, Ozavi, third, looks to be Bagel right now as Coin is in behind. GameStopper, Cable, booted, LV booted, and then King Cody. What a first few laps, and we're not even getting out of the exciting racing. LV goes really, really deep into the hairpin. Nearly accidentally took out Cable, but continues on, keeps the car on the road. GameStopper still holding on behind Coin, making a bit of time up in the braking zone, but slides it and loses it a little bit. Coin right on Bagel into these final few turns. She's going to go on the outside, holding a little bit more speed, but I don't think she's going to be able to make the move stick there. Just does not have the grip to be able to do so. GameStopper is sitting back here watching the view, glad that his Coin out of his rearview mirror. And Coin sending it up on the inside out of the final corner, but doesn't make the move stick. Just could not get on the inside of Bagel's door. Tried to cross the bumpers a little bit, but just was not enough. Ghost still pulling away from the pack. And Coin sends it up on the inside, and Bagel is going to make the stick. It's going to make the move stick as Bagel desperately crosses the bumpers to try and get past and hold his position. But Coin's late braking into the first few corners made the move stick. And Coin is going to be able to hold a little bit more speed through the longer corner. And looks to be holding the position for now. Bagel has the inside line. Coin going a bit wide. This is great racing. Look how bunched up the field still is on the minimap. While Ghost is pulling away ever so slightly each lap. Bagel is still within striking distance. If he can get a good exit out of the corner on Coin, there's a possibility he might be able to, catch the draft on the exit through there, sending the car. Oh, and Bagel's in the sand, losing a lot of pace there. No damage to the car. Just looks like he lost grip. And Cable is coming up on GameStopper onto the final few corners. Cable side by side, now behind, now going to the inside as GameStopper runs wide. Cable is securing the position. Just has a little bit more pace. In those final corners, Cable is going to grab that position. That was a very eventful first few laps of this race. Great racing from all. With all the rookies on the field right now. Wow, GameStopper holds a lot of speed into turn 1, catches Cable in that braking zone easily. but it looks like he's not able to hold as much speed through the final part of the chicane, and Cable still gets the launch. LV sending it up onto the grass a little bit, putting a wheel in. Possibly trying out to be a lawnmower someday. LV, though, does look to be making up some time on GameStopper. Into the braking zones, it looks. Like, it's still kind of hard to tell. Like, these cars will come really close in the braking zones. I mean, it's with most racing. The times will get really... well, the distances will get closer in the braking zone, and the times will spread out as soon as people stomp on the throttle to exit the corners. So positions currently look like they are. First, Ghost, still holding a lead. Oh, and Bagel slides to the chicane a little bit. Looks like he sent it way too hard, just put too much steering into the car with too much speed, and the rear wheels could not hold on. And that allowed GameStopper and LV to pull a lot of time. Where's that Cable? No, that's Bagel. I believe that's Bagel and Cable they're catching up to. While LV is getting on the bumper of GameStopper into the final few corners, LV might be sending it up in the inside, side by side. GameStopper gets the better launch out of the corner, though, and LV is going to have to wait another turn to make a move. As I was saying, the positions are currently looking like Ghost, still currently in first, having a field day all alone. It's probably quite lonely up there. Second, Ozavi. Third, Coin. I'm not exactly sure where Coin and Ozavi are at. They're in between this group we have on screen mostly and Ghost. We then have... who's in third? Oh, that's Coin. Then we have Bagel. Then we have Cable. Then GameStopper. Then LV. Then King Cody. It's really hard to keep track of the positions when you don't have a timing screen. Ooh, LV getting a little bit close. GameStopper not having too good of an exit. They're really close now. GameStopper did get a little bit better of exit, but LV's going to be on the braking zone, and contact hits the bumper. Gives him a little bit of a nudge, like, hey, I'm here. LV's going to get the better launch out of the corner as well, possibly throwing GameStopper off into the corner. GameStopper just has more speed in this straightaway, it looks like. Into the chicane they go. Hard on the brakes. LV is just holding a little bit more speed than GameStopper is on the entrance. And it looks like GameStopper gets the exit speed. LV still trying to send it in. GameStopper hits him in the right rear tire. More contact. Sends it onto the final, on the third to last corner. Here they come on the last two. GameStopper's going to have the inside. LV shuts the door. LV gets sent wide and secures the position. What an aggressive pass, but it worked. Hold on, I gotta let the cat out. Okay, back to racing. The cat's now out of the room. LV securing a solid 6th position. Well, slides it into the first chicane. GameStopper slams into LV. I'm surprised they do not have any damage from that contact. I guess GameStopper was not able to react from him being so slow there. LV looks like just sent it a little too hard into the long corner. They're super close. A little bit more contact. King Cody into the pits. Not quite sure what happened there. Could have been some damage. Some more contact. LV is all over GameStopper right now. He's going to probably receive a warning from the stewards at some point here. We haven't heard anything yet. I mean, it's not racing if you aren't touching at least a little bit. LV going around on the outside doesn't make it stick. It's really hard to send it into that hairpin. Well, it's not really a hairpin, really. It's a weird corner. It's It's a double 90-degree corner. It's just difficult to hit, I guess is this say. There's a lot of passing opportunities down there, but if you don't make it stick, you're gonna lose out on time. Here we go, on to lap 7. Ooh, LV having another look on the inside of GameStopper. Just all over his bumper. With this level of aggression, I'm surprised they've been both able to stay on the track. It's just contact after contact. They're still going. And they're going strong. Looks like everybody's holding their positions comfortably so far. GameStopper sending it out really hard in the brakes on the inside line into the first chicane. Was able to get it stopped in time, luckily. LV still looking to grab this position. 6th and 7th. They're not huge difference in points, but the first race, well, only having 4. Oh, LV gets past. GameStopper went a little bit wide on the exit there. LV is just able to make the move. Each position counts in these championships. Each little point you can score counts. Especially in the constructors over the long run. LV is more battling out for this BRZ championship, unless the constructors, as being a rookie here, is his first championship. He is proving his own by outdoing the previous NASCAR champion. Well, looks like we've been having some position changes in 2nd and 3rd. Looks like Coin and Ozavi are possibly battling it out. We do not have footage from that battle at the moment due to some technical difficulties. Ghost sitting comfortably with his lead. And LV looks to be pulling away from GameStopper ever so slightly. It looks like GameStopper's out of the draft. While the draft does not equate for that much pace, it is still an amount of pace to, be aware of and take note of. You do hit a little bit faster speeds in the straights, depending on your build, it really is. The GameStopper's lines through turns 1 and 2 are really aggressive, and it would be great for passing, but he's got no one in front of him for passing. Goes really wide on the first corner and sends it on the inside line into the second corner at the part of the chicane. LV kicking up some tire smoke into the long right-hander, but seems to have kept it on track. Ghost is having a time of his life right now with nobody in sight, nobody within striking distance. He's sitting comfortably in the lead. This will score him really solid points. He started on pole and looks to be finishing in pole. He got an amazing launch off the start. And he just hasn't been held up by anyone. This is, note though, he's going to be starting in last next race. Not because we're mean. We're not mean here. We try not to be. I try not to be. But we have a reversed grid order for the next race of the finishing results here. So anyone who finishes last here will be starting higher up on the grid. And Ghost, who is in first right now, he finishes like this, he'll be starting at the back of the grid next race. Everybody's driving, just setting in some more laps. 8 more laps to go. LV a little bit pushing track limits there. It is really hard not to understeer a little bit in these cars. And oh, what's this? There's a car off. Ozavi's off the track. Coin looks to be slowing down. Bagel's getting by Ozavi. What happened there? Oh, and Bagel sideways into the fast right-hander. Ozavi secures the position. While that gap looked to be so large, Coin is letting off. No clue what happened there. Or maybe Coin and Ozavi had a coming together in the chicane, but they lost so much time to Bagel, and now Bagel has secured third position, but Coin is looking on the inside. While Ozavi held second position. Bagel squeezing Coin. Coin on the outside. Bagel on the inside into the chicane. Not the chicane, the hairpin. Bagel seems to got the better run out of that corner and is getting the pole from Ozavi, but Coin is still in the draft, if you can see in the rearview mirror there. If Bagel can hold this position for the rest of the race, and Coin getting right up on him. She's not messing around in that chicane. She's holding a lot more speed than a lot of people. Coin looking up on the inside. Coin sending it on the inside. Holding that line. She's not going to get a better run into the next corner, but it doesn't matter. She's still got the position. Into the final few corners, she's still on the inside. She's going to get a really bad run out of the final corner if she's stuck on the inside line. Comes across Bagel, gets pushed to the outside. Bagel comes to the inside line. Gets a better run and secures back the position from her, but she's still in the draft down the start-finish straight as we come around to lap 10. Ozavi slowly pulling away from Bagel. What a battle that has been. What a turn of events, too. We thought Bagel was going to sit, and Coin sends it. Gets by. Looks like there was a little bit of contact. Does not hold the position, though. Or does she? Bagel gives room. Coin on the inside into the exit of the chicane there, side by side coming out. Into the long right-hander. Coin slots behind Bagel. Goes on the outside. Looking for any spot to get by. These cars are really close in their builds. And it's really hard to get by. You have to have really, really good passing skills. Coin on the outside. Coin has more grip on that outside line, it looks, than Bagel can hold on the inside. More speed, rather. And Bagel, Coin gets that exit. Coin squishing Bagel onto the right. Coin has the inside line into the hairpin. Bagel sends it so close. They were door there. Bagel's going to get the exit out of the hairpin. A little bit of contact with Coin there. Looks like Coin was spinning the wheels out of the exit and slid. Bagel and Coin side by side. Coin's going to slot in behind before the chicane. Bagel has the inside line. Coin on the outside. And Coin gets a really bad amount of speed through that corner as she was forced wide by Bagel taking that inside line. But she is not giving up on taking that position back. On the rear bumper, the skies look to be getting darker. There's a chance for rain. I mean, there wasn't in the forecast, but it does look like it. Coin on the outside, doesn't get much done. On the bumpers, passing on the bumper, and gets by in the start-finish straight. She was half off the track while making that pass. I did not want to take any attention off of the other drivers, but that was a battle right there, an unexpected turn of events. Oh, and Bagel sends it back on Coin. They're trading positions back and forth here. Coin got a really bad run through the first chicane, and Bagel comes back on the inside, and here they go into the fast right-hander. Bagel did not have the line there and just can't hold the speed on the inside. We're back with Ghost comfortably sitting in first, Ozavi in second, third Coin, fourth Bagel, fifth seems to be Cable, sixth is LV, seventh Game Stopper, and eighth King Cody. Some great racing between Coin and Bagel. Right there, but Coin is pulling away pretty swiftly. Sky is looking a bit sketchy. It's getting darker, it seems, and foggier. Forecast did state for light clouds, but Could be an old prediction. We're really not expecting rain. I don't think any of the drivers were prepared for rain. So if it does end up raining, this could be the equalizer for everyone. Because as soon as the track gets wet, everything changes. Trust me, the feel of the car, the way, how much speed you can hold through corners, your braking lines, you're going to lock up the brakes so much easier when it rains. Some of these drivers are running with traction control and ABS, and some not. As you're allowed to run any assists you please in this league. So some people will really get wiped out when it gets wet, and some will sit comfortably. Or other, less comfortable because it's wet, but more comfortable than the people without traction control, that's for sure. And the track is getting dark as the sky darkens. Is it a really bad sign? Looks like there is lightning coming from above. A little bit of lightning. That's not a little bit, actually. That's a lot. Hold on, we're having an audio issue for some reason. Why is that not working? Well, we'll figure that out later. We have a slight audio issue. One of the video feeds is not feeding audio. And lots of lightning from above. Only a few laps left to go. The sky is really dark. Everybody on camera right now looks to be comfortably far away from everyone. Ghost still sitting very, very comfortably in P1. Ghost has had no contestant for his position. Well, it looks like Coin and Ozavia have been battling back and forth ever since the beginning of this race for position. Other than the one incident so far, we haven't had any yellows. I mean, there was a yellow for the car. Oh, wow! Cody off the track. As soon as I say that, there was a car spun. I think they got it going again. Let's hope. I believe they did. We don't have any cautions. So we should be good. I mean, we did have a caution, but now it's green. Thunder clouds are rolling in above the drivers as we are rounding out this race. Only a handful of laps left to go. Does not look like anyone is able to make many positions up now. There are no pits in this race series. I mean, you're of course allowed to pit if you need to for damage or fuel, whatever the need is. But you're not required in any way to. So, if you can stay out and last the entire race, you're gonna do that. Because pitting, of course, slows you down. There's not any pace to gain on these tires because they'll last you this full race distance. Some great work from Ghost, who's still left uncontested. I don't even think you can see the headlights of the people behind him. His rearview mirror. No, you can't. Doesn't seem to be that far ahead from the other feed of Bagel. Yeah, on the map, he's pulled a pretty good gap, but I don't know. Lap 14 out of 17. So far, 14 laps green. These rookies are showing themselves off today. One's gonna secure a podium. And LV just understeers into the long right-hander. Very common issue with that corner is understeer. It's dealing with it and learning how to deal with it. The track gets really dark still. There are these looming clouds. Are not expecting rain, but there is still a chance of it. Goodness gracious. Hopefully we will have more mixed perspectives next week. We try to get as many streams as we can in from mixed people in the grid. So next week we'll hopefully see more action from everywhere over the grid. I mean, today we've seen a lot of action from all over the grid as well, but we're just hoping for next week as well. It does look like Xavier and Coin are catching up to King Cody, who I think is the back marker here. There are no blue flags for him, unless the driver's request. If Xavier and Coin want to blue flag him, they're allowed to. But if not, they're allowed to race. Blue flag rules are, if you're passing a back marker, it's the driver who's passing the back marker's job to announce the blue flag in the voice channel, if they so please. If you don't want a blue flag black marker, you are all in your right to not do so. But once they are blue flag, they're obliged to at least move over and give you a passing opportunity and not to defend for the position. But if not blue flag, they're allowed to defend, just not heavily. More lightning. It is getting really sketchy out there. I am losing my voice, just like I nearly did commentating on Homestead just a week ago. And Ghost has just started the penultimate lap. King Cody on the side of the track. Bagel gets by. And Cody seems to be not having too much luck in this race. Hey, there's always next time. Ooh. Ghost getting a little loose out of the first chicane. Now we just watch. See what happens. On the map from Bagel, it does look like Coin and Xavier are really close on top of each other, battling right now for position. We'll see what comes out of that. Wish we had an onboard from them, because they've been at it this entire race, it looks like. Ghost sitting comfortably, probably playing some classical music over the stereo, relaxing, enjoying his time in first place. As Ghost hits the final chicane, they'll be ready to wave the white flag, hopefully ending this race before any rain touches the track. Through the final 4 corners. Through the final 2 corners. Well, I think that counted as 1 on the map layout. I'm pretty sure they are. And the white flag is being waved as we enter the final lap of the first BRZ championship race. He's currently being led by Ghost. Second and third look to be Ozavi and Coin. Not sure what positions they're in currently. Fourth is Bagel. Fifth is Cable. Sixth is LZ Booted. Seventh is Camestopper. And eighth is King Cody. Everybody here is looking to be in the points. If all 14 drivers do show up, though, people will start to actually be able to fall out of the points, meaning they'll not be able to score points for the championship. You have to score in the top 10 to score points. You can always score points for setting a fastest lap being out of the top 10, but that's only a single point. A single point does benefit you greatly, but you've got to do a lot to make it count. Ghost looking here to secure his first podium finish, his first P1 finish of his career here at CXRL. As he's coming through the final chicane. I can hardly see through this mist. The final 4 corners. Taking it easy. There's no need to push. Through the final corner. Well, entering the final corner. Through the final corner. Onto the start-finish straight. And Ghost is going to win the race at Le Mans Bugatti circuit. Coming in first. Holding a significant lead over the rest of the pack. Ozavi in second, Coin right behind him. Right behind Ozavi. Bagel finishing not too shortly after. Cable next in the queue. Secures a solid 5th position. LV coming to the final start finish straight. Cody, who's a lap down, will have to set another lap to finish. LV secures a solid 6th place. GameStopper in 7th. Some really solid times across the board. And a lot of good points getting dished out to everyone. One thing to note, the better you do today, the farther back you're going to start next week. So Ghost, while having no contestants to fight him for his position or even look to catch up to him, is going to have to make his way through the entire grid next race at, I believe it's at Yas Marina. We'll get to the next race in a second. So that's going to be interesting. Because the way that Ghost got off the line, he got such a lead really early on. He just had the launch and the acceleration. But his lap time is really not crazy compared to the other ones. What a race to start off. Those first few laps were chaotic, but surprisingly clean. As we welcome all the new drivers to CXRL. And welcome them to the BRZ Championship. I've lost my voice, and I usually don't lose it this bad while recording. Except for Homestead. Homestead was an exception to that statement. If you haven't watched the Homestead race, I highly recommend it because there was 4 drivers, I believe, in the crate. I think it was 5 drivers. It was 4. I don't remember. It was some of the craziest racing with the most lead changes we've ever seen here before. And there, Cody crosses the line and finishes. On to the race results. CXRL BRZ Championship Race 1 results. P1, Al Ghost, 2nd. Ozavi, 3rd. Coinsey, 4th. Bagel, 5th. Cable, 6th. LV Booted, 7th. GameStopper, and 8th. King Cody. The best lap bonus goes to Coinsey with the lap time of 1 minute 56 seconds 2.202. And you can see the BRZ Championship leaderboard standings there. We have a solid amount of drivers that no-showed. We had 5 drivers that did not show up tonight, which we're hoping to make up next week. They will all be starting above everybody who did score points tonight next week on the grid, but Ghost will be starting at the back with Ozavi and Coin, who were on similar pace here tonight. Possibly see a really crazy scrap to try and get into the points, or a battle from the back to pole. We never know. Again, their pace could completely change at Yas Marina. No one has set practice laps yet. This race literally just finished, so we have no clue what kind of times people are going to be setting. And on to the Constructors' Championship. Oh, this is a wide image for some reason. Coin is still holding the lead of the Constructors after passing GameStopper and Homestead. Bagels is in 3rd, closing in to GameStopper. But with this being the final championship, Bagel's going to have to score big points to get past the GameStopper before the end of this championship, because there's only 3 races left. Either GameStopper is going to have to fall really far, or Bagel's going to have to gain really high. Below the top 3, 2 drivers, one driver who did not sign up for this season, sadly, who's probably going to get passed by Pings, and Pings could pull off 4th position in the Constructors. But we'll see. This battle for this Constructors is not as important. As well, A, this one started halfway through the spring season, and B, it's about to end, and we have all the new drivers here today. The Summer Constructors Championship is something to look out for. We have a lot of great racing planned in the summer, trust me. I mean, we still have great racing planned right now. So thank you all for watching. Our next championship race for the BRZ series will be at Yas Marina or North Corkscrew for 15 laps. That will be this upcoming Saturday at 10 p.m. EDT for the drivers. Show up. The commentary stream will be on Sunday at 10 p.m. EDT as well. Actually, scratch that. 9:30ish, maybe. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next week.